The proposal in this video is premised on the principles of the capital-owning democracy, a perspective that stems from the founding of America. Capital-owning democracy, or as it's sometimes called, property-owning democracy, argues that state institutions should guide an equal distribution of productive property across the masses rather than allowing monopolies to dominate, ensuring that all individuals have a fair and equal opportunity to participate in political and economic life. Unfortunately, in many ways, the U.S. has walked away from its historical roots. After the Industrial Revolution centralized power in the private sector, the New Deal centralized power in the public sector. The New Deal sometimes shied away from more radical reform, targeting mass property ownership, and instead focused on Keynesian economics and welfare state measures. As a result, one could say that New Deal liberalism and its emphasis on income support reflected the triumph of the capitalist welfare state, that is, maintaining monopolistic control over both resources and income redistribution. The movement away from more radical reform may be attributable to the availability of an alternative solution, Keynesian fiscal policy. Keynesian economics presented the idea that the government could manage the economy without managing the institutions that manage the economy. Centralized ownership of the means of production and redistribution could be maintained. In order to compensate for failures in the private market, the government should simply ensure enough income to boost consumption after the fact, meaning redistribution, rather than providing productive assets to the masses beforehand, meaning predistribution. But this predistribution approach also defends against the conservative criticism of progressivism as disincentivizing work. This ownership society also contends that a just society requires that individuals possess productive means, but not just financial and physical capital, but human capital as well. That is, the means of production in contemporary society refers to human as well as real capital. That is, knowledge and an understanding of institutions, educated abilities, and trained skills. In other words, human capital is one of the most important forms of capital one can possess in the modern knowledge economy. The question is, how can individuals and communities have a greater claim on their own human capital resources?